People is proud to present the 40 Days 40 FinTechs, an initiative under its Include Everyone program, which is leading the way in advocating for technology that promotes financial inclusivity. Since 2020, we've profiled over 100 FinTechs, and our latest season is shining a spotlight on those breaking down digital barriers and transforming lives for the better. Join us in this financial inclusivity revolution, presented with generous support from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Follow hashtag 40 Days 40 FinTechs, hashtag Level 1 Project to learn more and get involved in creating a brighter financial future for all.
The 4 Days for FinTechs initiative continues to shine a spotlight on entrepreneurs that are innovatively using financial technology to fast-track Uganda and Africa's last-mile financial inclusion. On day 13 of 40 Days for FinTechs initiative season 5, we are happy to be joined by a representative of Kray Microfinance. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
I'm very well, Nicholas. Thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Raymond Peter Kiwanuka. I am the founder and managing director of Kray Microfinance Limited.
Yes, sir. For those watching you for the very first time, what is Kray Microfinance? When did it start and what does it do?
Well, Kray Microfinance is a digital microfinance institution. We started in 2012, so we are making 12 years this year. We offer loans, we offer financial advisory and micro investment services to our customers. Our head office is in Kyaliwajjala. We currently have 4 branches, which is the main branch at Kyaliwajjala. We have the city center branch serving the traders in Kikuubo and the Central Business District. We have a branch in Natete at Prime Village Mall. And as well, we have a branch in Nansana at Ntate House.
For those again watching for the very first time, take us through the steps. How does someone save money with Kray Microfinance? How does someone get credit from Kray Microfinance?
Well, we are a digital microfinance, like I said. We have a mobile app that someone can always pick from Play Store. But also, for those who don't have smartphones, they can access us via the USSD, which is *217 *332#. So if someone wants to access credit from Kray, the process is very simple. They simply go to Play Store, sign themselves up with their national ID number. They send through their loan request. Now, when that request comes in, it is sent directly to the closest branch office, where one of our officers now reaches out to that potential customer. They try to get all the necessary KYC from them, that is trading license and other details. So a preliminary appraisal is done before the officer moves out. So I want to say that our model is take and touch because many of our customers are still not yet fully digitized. And so after finding out the preliminary KYC, our officer moves to the business to actually ascertain and have a clear one-on-one to understand better the business so that we can give the customer terms that are actually favorable to their business and not actually take the business down. So once that is done, the system the information is entered in the system, and then the customer is scored, and then the loan limit is assigned. So once the loan limit is assigned, we send an offer to the customer that, hey, we are giving you $1 million shillings. If the customer approves and they're actually willing to take on the loan, we disburse to their mobile application and they can withdraw money on any mobile money point close to them.
Yes, make me understand. How does the withdrawal happen? How does the repayment happen? Is it daily? Is it weekly? Is it monthly?
Well, our payments are really customized to the nature of business. Because I'll give an example. We have salary advance loans where people earn monthly. So automatically that one, the repayment is monthly. Then we have traders who are actually earn daily. Those ones many times prefer to pay on a daily basis. Then we have those whose businesses actually may not handle the monthly and the daily. So those ones qualify for the weekly.
Yes, for the 12 plus years you have been doing business, how do your numbers look like? How many customers have you served? How much money in estimation have you disbursed? How are the payments like?
Well, actually, we have served over, I should say we've given out money to 70,000 plus people. But currently, the active users are over 18,000 on the platform. And I will say that over the years, the disbursement is in the range of 21 plus billion shillings.
Yes, sir, because you are dealing with money and money is very sensitive. Someone might want to ask, where do you get the rights, the authority to deal with people's money?
Well, actually, we are licensed and regulated by the Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority. We also have a license from the Cooperatives Act, that's the Ministry of Tourism, Trade and Industry, where we are licensed as a savings and credit cooperative. Also, we have oversight and compliance from the Financial Intelligence Authority to help us curb any money laundering and terrorism financing. But also, because we are a digital application, we are also licensed by the Personal Data Protection Office so that we are able to handle people's data according to the laws of Uganda.
So how do these payments happen? How do these transactions happen? Do you have any in-house solution that manages the payments, or you are dealing with third-party players that are licensed by Bank of Uganda?
Yes, we have one. Partly, much of that is handled by our internal solution. But between me and you, we have other third-party operators like Yo Uganda, who is our aggregator. Then we are also partnering with InterSwitch Uganda. InterSwitch Uganda is going to actually support on the bit of ATM cards that we are launching very soon. And yes, we're also partnering with MNOs to support on various money movement.
That's MTN and Airtel?
Yes, MTN and Airtel.
All right. So now that you have given us an overview of what Kray Microfinance is, maybe paint for us a picture. How have the past 12 months been for you as an organization? What new innovations have you had? How has business been like?
Well, I must say the past 12 months have really been exciting on our end. We've done quite a number of things around making sure that we build an ecosystem that supports our customers. I'll give an example. Previously, someone had to withdraw money from, for example, the mobile money point and then send it to maybe a supplier. But now we have created, within our application, we have added features that allow them to, if we disburse a loan to your mobile application, you don't need to first withdraw, then you make a payment to either a supplier or your landlord or whoever you want to pay. If they're a Kray customer as well, you simply move money from your Kray loan wallet and then send it to that customer. If they also have a Kray wallet, then they definitely receive the money instantly, or you can send it directly to their mobile money. But also, like I said, we are partnering with InterSwitch Uganda. We are going to make it even a lot easier now for the salary segment, the salaried earners, to be able to effectively get loans from us. And between me and you, we know that these people are more comfortable with the ATMs and the banking, the banking standards. So we have created that avenue for them to be able to access their money through ATM cards, where they will be banking or where they will be getting the money from any ATM supported by InterSwitch.
Okay, now that you have talked about the cards product, and I believe you're talking about it for the very first time, I would want to understand, how does the Kray Microfinance digital card work, or the physical card in that case? And then the other question would be, don't you think people are going to have so many cards? I have my bank card, then I want to give me a Kray card.
Well, I must say that for cards, we are really targeting the semi-informal and the informal salaried segments. But also, I must say that many of our customers that we are serving are not banked. So many of them don't even have bank accounts. So we are really creating this option to make them have a feel, but also to ease it for them to access finance. Because I must say that sometimes when the amounts are really big, and then the charges on mobile money are quite high. So many of them have actually preferred that if we are giving them alternatives where they can access money at cheaper rates. So it may not be a matter of having too many cards, but you will find that the micro and medium entrepreneurs actually don't have accounts that hold ATM cards. So this will be probably the first in their wallet, and one they can easily relate with. They will relate with someone and a company that they know, and from a provider that they have run with. So I think it will be an easy one for them.
Yes, sir. So, Raymond, I have friends of mine that are actually doing business with Kray Microfinance, saving and receiving loans. And they told me it's a very good platform. But a few weeks ago, I was in Nansana, to be specific, in June. So I was at a friend's shop, and while we were having a conversation, a motorbike stopped, and it was someone from Kray Microfinance. They had come to physically collect money. Yet Kray Microfinance is a digital lender. Why are you collecting the money physically?
Previously, we were entirely digital, and we were serving customers all through the process by the mobile phone. But the MNOs actually introduced an extra 1.5% onto the charges. What that meant is if someone was sending through 1 million shillings, the 1.5 actually meant that's about 15,000 shillings on top of the other charges, which are pay bill charges that we actually charged. So the charge went to about 20-something thousand, which was not actually very feasible and friendly to our customers. So in the meantime, as we are engaging our aggregators and the MNOs, the customers asked if we could give them an alternative on how they can actually pay. It's rather painful because it's an extra cost on our side, but also we needed to keep our customers to avoid high arrears arising just from the fact that people are fearing the too many charges. So I believe, yes, we have engaged the MNOs, we have engaged our aggregators, and this is a pain that we are trying to get out to them so that they can find something favorable towards now us in the financial space, because every coin towards the customer and to us that offer such services counts. So the increment of 1.5 was really a pain for us, and it's something that we are actually asking them to reconsider.
So Raymond, as a player who's actively supporting the achievement of last mile financial inclusion, what do you think are the main obstacles to achieving last mile financial inclusion?
Actually, I'll start right from where I just stopped. The heavy charges. You find that when we speak about financial inclusion, we want to include everyone. We want to include the last mile customer. But you realize that when it comes to digital transactions, there are charges that actually don't favor things to do with maybe savings or loan repayments. And you find that they may actually favor the payment of goods and services. So like I illustrated previously, if someone wants to make a payment of 1 million shillings as maybe loan or something, on top of the interest that you're charging them, they have to plan for that extra 1.5, which is something quite big on their side. So what does that mean? It will either cause the customer not to pay, or it will increase our cost on our side for us to go and pick the money, like you mentioned, for us to be able to, avoid arrears. So what that means is it becomes a challenge on our side because it increases our cost, and yet we are speaking about inclusion. So you will find that when you go out to the market and you're selling to people, we are digital and this, the first thing they will ask you about, what are your charges like? Do I pick the money physically or I get it from the mobile phone? So you will tell them, no, it's through mobile money. They will tell you, oh, the charges are quite high. So one of the biggest challenges we are having is the charges. So next is the regulatory space. I think the regulators rather not yet up to speed because new problems arise every day. New needs come up, and therefore to solve these needs, we need to come up with new innovations. So when new innovations come up, many times they come up very fast, not at the speed as the regulators may pick them up. So by the time the regulators come in, you find that many innovators have actually found different solutions. By the time the regulator comes to fit in, they actually come with policies that are not very favorable to most innovators, and you find that most innovations are kicked out because of the policy frameworks that are brought in and things like that. So the challenge here is that our regulators need to fit in and understand the innovation space and craft policy frameworks that are able to actually harness innovation, that to embrace new ideas, new applications, new developments, so that people are actually not scared of what if I start and tomorrow I am shut down? What if I start and tomorrow maybe they introduce a new policy, a new law, and I am kicked out? So the regulatory space also needs to come to speed with the realities on the ground. Then also digitally, we must acknowledge that our country is not well read. Many of the customers like we are serving are illiterate and semi-illiterate. So some don't even know how to use mobile phones. Some don't even know how to use smartphones. So ideally, that poses a very huge threat and challenge to us, the digital players, because it takes time to train this person and show them that actually you can access whatever you want to access on your mobile phone, wherever you are, without the threat of what if I am defrauded? What if someone steals my money off my mobile phone? So that's another, the literacy levels are still quite high. and the digital uptake, people have not yet really felt that things can happen on the mobile phone and seamlessly. They want to have that physical touch. That is why we have also gone ahead to have at least a branch office, because previously we were in Chaliwajala alone. And when someone downloaded the app in Nansana, when you want to serve them, they say, I think I need to see you. I need to see where you are. So there's still that fear that digital is not yet an end in itself. They still want to see you somewhere.
Thank you, Raymond, for that elaborate explanation. Let us talk about 4 days for the FinTechs. I know you have participated. This is the second year running with you participating. How do you think this initiative, one, helps improve your cause as Kray Microfinance, but importantly, what's its contribution to shaping the FinTech industry?
40 days for the FinTechs. One, I must say, this is a platform that unites all of us, the players. And you know, in Uganda, we have a saying that says, Agali awamugega lumenyama. So you realize that when you're fighting alone, it's really very hard to win a battle. But if we come to such a space and air out our voices like I have done today about the high charges and the regulatory space, you will find that there are other people who will come and air out the same views. So when we air out these things on a platform like this, you find that our regulators will pick it up quite fast and be able to do something about it, and also try to find out what is this digital space like? How can we be able to support them? How can we be able to, make sure that they're actually thriving? So 40 days, 40 FinTechs, I for one as Kray Microfinance, it has elevated us. It has put us up there in the limelight. And many people have come to learn what we do, how we do it, because now this is a much more realistic space. Because, when it comes to digital, like I said, one of the challenges is fear. But when you associate with fellow players, even the perception on the customer side is elevated. Even the thought of legality and credibility is elevated. So that puts us in a better space on the side of the customer. But also, generally to the financial inclusion space, I believe that many ideas are shaped here. They are also reconfirmed. When you find that you're actually not doing something alone, many other players are doing it and they have succeeded. If you are just starting, you're actually motivated to continue and actually do better in terms of, shaping ideas, reaffirming them, and also trying to create a family around the digital space and the financial inclusion space. So you tend to feel that you're part of one big family. Many a times you may not meet frequently, but once in a year you will have to meet a family of players. But also, many things happen in this space. It may be quite hard for me to reach out to maybe MTN alone or Airtel alone or the aggregators alone. But I know when we are gathered at maybe one of the events at 40 Days for the FinTechs, I will have chance to have a one-on-one with a representative from the MNOs. So the discussions that happen at that level are quite different from the discussions that happen on email, on having to make appointments, because here we are speaking as a family as opposed to what would happen on mail or something like that. So I believe, yes, 40 Days for the FinTechs is doing a wonderful job.
Thank you, Raymond, for your time and those insightful explanations. You have 2 minutes and use them wisely. Tell the world why people should onboard onto Kray Microfinance in your camera.
One, Kray Microfinance is a digital microfinance, like I said. We are offering a very credible solution for your financial services, and we are innovating all around to make sure that you have a system or a platform that solves all your financial challenges. We are in talks with various partners, various regulators, to make sure that we provide a solution that is going to ensure that you don't have to look elsewhere, you don't have to move outside your digital application for you to transact. We are in talks with the Capital Markets Authority to make sure that we also support those who want to do micro investments, because I believe there are very many out there who may not reach out to things like unit trust, but you may want to have that small investment. So we're in talks with them, and Kray Microfinance surely will come through. So we're also innovating around the cards. So we want to give you that banking feel so that you don't feel left out. So we are your 360 go-to financial platform, and we assure you of our best services so that you can not feel that you're left out on anything Financial. Thank you very much. I urge all of you to download the Kray app. You find it on the Play Store. The name is Kray Microfinance. Like I said, our head office is in Chaliwajala, Namugongo Road. For any question or inquiries, please reach out to us on our digital platforms. We shall be able to serve you there and be able to respond.
Thank you so much, Raymond, for your contribution and coming through. It's always a pleasure having you. This has been day 13 of the annual 40 Days for a FinTechs initiative, Season 5. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon.